So what's up, guys? Welcome to another new episode today. Good evening. I hope you guys have been having a good day and hope everyone has gotten home safe. And maybe if you are watching this video live when you are going home, maybe at the passenger seat, welcome to today's new episode. I'm your host, Gicheru, and today we're going to be talking about something very interesting, or rather something that, we have seen or heard about it a couple of times years ago, and I want to talk about it. So today I want to talk about rejection. And when I say rejection, I do not only mean in terms of relationship, but also maybe work, maybe your friends, just anything to do with life whereby you get rejected, even in school. Yes. So today we're going to be looking about rejection, and I want to remind you about the time whereby there were so many cases whereby young ladies were being killed because they had an argument maybe with their boyfriends, and to some extent those ladies wanted breakups, but those guys wouldn't agree to it, and it led to some of these ladies unfortunately being killed, of which is very sad. So today we're going to be talking about how to handle rejections and how to take it through. So let's talk about it and listen up. So first and foremost is that what is rejection, okay? And I can say rejection is all about, I say that it's all about you being at the wrong place and it's not at the right time for you. For me, that's what rejection is. Something that you ain't supposed to be at or with, and that's what for me is rejection is. Another thing is that how do you accept rejection and not let it define you? That's a good question asked by most of you online, DMing me in Instagram, in Facebook, and other platforms. And I can say that how to accept rejection, one thing is that, you agree with the rejection, like you accept it. See, let's say, for example, if you're from a relationship and maybe your partner has broken up with you, the first thing you should do once someone has broken up with you is accept the rejection. You see? Second thing is that take stock of all your strength. Once you have been rejected, whether it's work-related, relationship, once you're rejected, remember who you are and what your strengths are. Because, you see, the thing about rejection is that you can lose yourself. You can have very low self-esteem because someone has, decided they don't want you to be in their life, they don't want you to be at their company maybe, they don't want you to be anywhere near them. Any rejection that is in your life, So the first thing is that take stock of your strength. Look at what your strength is. For example, if you're through from a breakup, look at what your strengths are. Were you caring? Were you empathetic? Were you all that? Because sometimes someone can reject you because it's not that you're not good for them, but maybe they're not good for you. That's one thing you should remember. So always, once you have agreed with the rejection, take stock of your strength so that you can still believe in yourself and still have your self-esteem at a good place. Remember, we talked about emotional pain, and we do not want you to go through emotional pain that you cannot heal from, because they can really affect your mental health. So what you should do is that once the rejection has happened, take stock of your strength, look through it, and improve on them even more. And where you have seen you have your weaknesses, you can work on them after the rejection. You see, you build yourself well, because that's the way life is. Another thing is to embrace rejection as protection. That's a good slogan that you can go with, in that sometimes you can see rejection as a blessing. You never know. We've seen sometimes whereby people are rejected at a certain workplace and then they end up doing good things in life. For example, you get rejected from workplace, you cannot work for an 8 to 5, and then you go and do your own hustles and you'll be okay. There are so many different things that happen. You can be rejected in a certain university, and then maybe you join a different university and you still get your grade and pass and you still get a certificate, because there's no difference between a school A and school B. The difference is what you've learned from that school. And the last thing that I can say what to do to accept rejection and not let it define you is that you keep going. You'll get rejected in so many places, so many areas, whether it's your love life, whether it's your career, whether it's whether it's your friends, whether it's your community, whether it's the country, depending on who you are. don't let it define you. Just keep going. It means that those people are not supposed to be in your life. You're not supposed to be there. You keep going. There's something better at the end of the tunnel. There's something better right in front of you. So once you're rejected, just keep going. Just continue improving yourself. Focus on you and you will be okay. Another question that people always ask is that, how do you deal with rejection at work? This is actually a very good question. Most people don't talk about rejection at work, of which it can also be very toxic, especially if you're someone who cannot deal with rejection very well. And what I can say is that the first thing, don't take it personally. Remember, these are your colleagues. These are people, they're not your friends. First and foremost, they're not your friends, they're not your family. So don't take it at heart. Whatever they think or believe in, it's up to them. If they do not accept your project, if they do not accept what you're trying to address, let it be. Don't take it personally, just let it be and calm down about it. Another thing, you can step away from a certain conversation that is very toxic for you, especially in the workplace. For example, maybe if you are doing a presentation of a project you're doing at work, and maybe your boss doesn't accept it, okay? And you really feel angry about it. Remember, your emotions are valid. Just step away. Just take a few minutes out of that place. Go to a place whereby you can be silent and take deep breath and think about good things, and then come back, because this is where you're working. This is where you're getting your bread, and you don't need to to make things worse or make yourself getting fired. So just relax, calm down, and then come and deal with that issue when you're not having any emotional pain or baggage. Another thing is that remind yourself about who you are dealing with. Like just what I talked about at the first point. Your colleagues at work, they're just colleagues. They're not your friends, they're not your family members. So also realize that managers and co-workers are often assembled at random, and there's no way you're going to get along with everyone all the time. This person is not your best friend or a member of your family, so he's not worth reacting emotionally over. So don't give people a chance to ruin your day. For example, some of you are from work right now, and maybe you've had a really bad day, and this video is just found on your YouTube page, and I can say for sure, don't let these people ruin your day or ruin your life or your week, no matter what, because they're not worthy of that reaction towards you. Another thing is, be objective about the rejection. With this I mean, think through the circumstances leading to the rejection. Could you have done anything to cause the situation? Yeah. Are you the cause of it? Just think about it. Be objective. Look through it. Analyze the situation so that you don't be angry at something that is not, it's not people's fault, but it's your fault. Okay. Look through things. Try to understand what is going on and have a sober mind while dealing with this rejection. And if your emotions are clouding your judgment so much, just discuss what happened with a mentor or a friend whose opinion you trust and value. It's very important, to have friends or companions that can help you out when you are going through this rejection. So if you're feeling like, damn, this thing has really affected me so much, and you're sure that it's not your fault, you can try and seek a third party whereby you talk to your friend who you really trust and value, and who they can. And remember, there are some friends who they're very bad, that they can really destroy what you have going on. So take time, think through things, talk to someone who really has their mind set, and they're not going to make things worse for you, or maybe advise you wrongly that can cause more problems towards yourself. So be careful with all that. And what I can also talk about, another thing that is very common, is that, what does it mean when someone rejects you? This one I can say, nothing. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't define who you are. It doesn't make you any less. It doesn't make you, a reject. It doesn't make you, it doesn't define you at all. So it doesn't mean anything. The only thing it means is that you guys were not meant to be on the same level, because everyone has different opinions, everyone has different backgrounds. So in this life, we can't agree with everything. There's some things that I like that maybe someone cannot like. For example, like my producer cannot like a certain thing, and it's okay. We can try and see how we can work it through. So remember that if you get rejected, it doesn't mean anything. but you can work on things. Maybe, for example, maybe the rejection is maybe from you applied through your CV, and maybe your CV is the one that didn't make you get that job. So go and improve that CV. Okay, it doesn't make you any less that you're not qualified for that job, but it's that your CV wasn't good enough for you to get that job. So any rejection that comes your way, whether even if you're a bad person, it does not define who you are. It's only a lesson for you to learn through it. How do you accept getting rejected by girls? Okay, guys, this is for you. Listen up. Realize that not everyone will accept you and love you. That's one thing you should understand. People are different. Women are different. Everyone has their own preferences, and also you should have your own preference. Don't let anyone in. Don't let everyone into your life. So realize that everyone is not for you and will not accept you and will not love you the way you want to be loved. So that's the one thing you should check on, and the one thing that you should always remind yourself when you go through rejection, especially in your relationship. Another thing, maintain your composure. Yeah, you should maintain your composure no matter what, no matter how bad it is. Try and maintain your composure. It may be hard, and it's okay. You can learn through it, but always have your composure. Don't go around beating up a woman. No, that's not good. Don't go around killing someone because of that. Don't go around hurting someone just because they have rejected you. Just let them be, maintain your composure, and move on. Last but not least, reflect on your action. Sometimes, in relationship, things happen, issues come up, problems come up, and always take time for yourself. Reflect on the relationship, look through it, and ask yourself, what went wrong? Is it your fault? And if it's your fault and maybe you're not forgiven, take time, heal, look through it, and improve yourself. And again, sometimes even you can find it wasn't even your fault. It's only that you're not compatible. Women are very different. How a woman A is different from woman B. How one can reject you is different from how the other one can reject you. Okay? Some can be able to talk through it. You can get your closure and all that. Others won't. So just let it be. So for the men out there, about rejection, literally just take calm. It's life, it's part of life. Rejection is there, not only for the men, also the women, children out there watching this video. Rejection is part of their life. If you're a teen, you're going through a rejection somewhere, maybe in school, maybe you have a crush in high school, and maybe she doesn't like you. Don't take it personally. You have enough time. You have enough time to see through these things. You have enough time to date other women. So just take your time, just take composure, and always just accept rejection the way it comes. Even I can quote the Bible. Remember, even Jesus was rejected in Nazareth, where he grew up. So don't take it personal. These things happen. For example, there are some people who, like I'd given in another episode an example whereby people had gone for election. So many people didn't win the election. They got rejected by the community. And it's important not to take it at heart, but accept it and move on. If there's something during the campaign that you didn't do right, just take your time, go through whatever you did during that election that you think you didn't do right, and then plan for the next one. So with rejections comes lesson. So don't take it like as the end of the world. That's what I had for you today about rejection. And if anyone is going through rejection right now, I hope you'll get to feel better. And we can discuss this more in our platform, in my social media platform, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. Let's just discuss this. Let's take this conversation more. So if you have any questions, please throw me a message, an email, and we can talk more about through this. If you want help in dealing with rejection, please don't be afraid to ask for help, if not necessarily from me, but from any other person out there that you think can help you. I'm your host, Gicheru. Thank you for joining us in today's episode, and I hope you get to deal with your rejection and you get to learn something from this episode, and I hope it has really helped you. You can even research more about it. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share to people that you think might need this help. And please, let's see you in the next episode. Thank you, and have a good evening and a blessed morning when you wake up.